The battle over health care now reignited in the Senate. Republicans pushing to rush through what's being called the Graham Cassidy plan. Good evening, I'm Latricia Thomas.
And I'm Joshua. Senators Lindsey Graham and Bill Cassidy introduced the bill last week. News Channel 9's Allison Levine tells us how passage of the bill would affect people here in Tennessee. Allison.
Josh, Latricia, one of the bill's chief architects described it as the Republicans' last hope for rolling back the Affordable Care Act. It comes almost 2 months after Republican Senator John McCain cast the deciding vote against his own party's last attempt. And with its passage, Tennessee would receive more money and more freedom. But not everyone is pleased.
It's a home run for Tennessee.
For the state's Republican Governor Bill Haslam, the Graham Cassidy bill is a hit.
I think on the surface, it appears that way to a lot of people.
But for Tennesseans like Jean Marie Lawrence, it's anything but.
It terrifies me, and I'm sure it's terrifying millions of other Americans.
At 7 years old, Jean Marie was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy.
It's a developmental disability, and it's also a pre-existing condition.
But she's an active member of our community, thanks to the 10 Care Choices program.
It's a long-term services and supports program that allows me to live in the community and have home health care services.
It allows her to work full-time and live on her own, but it's not required by the state or federal government.
If we get less money from the federal government, then that's more money the state has to try and allocate towards those services.
She's afraid that's what will happen under the Graham Cassidy bill.
I'm concerned about the really hard decisions that they would have to make.
Decisions that the bill's architect says would be left to the state.
Most Republicans like the idea of state-controlled health care versus Washington, D.C. controlled health care.
We're going to take all the money spent on the Affordable Care Act and then reapportion that per capita to the states.
For Lawrence, this debate goes beyond politics.
It's beyond left and right. It's a health care. It's a life issue.
Right now, the Graham Cassidy bill can only afford to lose 2 Republican votes. If the Senate votes after September 30th, the bill will need 60 votes to pass. Latricia?
Allison, thank you. As of this afternoon, Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky is a no vote. Republican Senators Lisa Murkowski, John McCain, and Susan Collins have all expressed some serious concerns.
And coming up at 20 minutes, Republicans are running out of time to repeal and replace Obamacare. We take a look at the outside forces that might cause a roadblock for this new bill.